All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day, start to your day, whatever time it may be. If you guys are part of the Facebook forums, you guys know exactly what we're gonna be talking about today. The time is coming. It is finally coming, but I think there is gonna be a twist for the S650 platform. Now, if you guys are unaware, tuning is right around the horizon. It is about to come out, and it actually makes sense. And I believe that there's going to be a different way we're going to have access to tunes for these S650 Mustangs. Now, we have tuning for the Whipple superchargers, we have tuning for the Roush superchargers, and we just got tuning for the Pro Charger supercharger kit. I believe by the end of this year, if not the beginning of next year, I'm talking about probably January, February, or March, we are gonna have tuning for the bolt-on mods for the S650 Mustang. But I think it's gonna be a lot different than the previous gens. Now, before I get into the meat and potatoes, if you guys are enjoying the content, feel free, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. We have a lot to discuss right now. Now, there is going to be an RTD3 device available for the S650 Mustangs. I'm gonna go ahead and put a screenshot on the screen right now. These are on the website. Now, I don't know if it was a mistake, because it says out of stock. I checked a couple days ago and it didn't say out of stock. Maybe people are starting to buy these in preparation to tune their vehicles, but people are getting geared up. In all reality, as soon as, you know, we get the go ahead that we can get these cars tuned, I'm obviously gonna get this car tuned on E85, even though it is just essentially an H-pipe car only. I just want to have the car on E85. It's going to give it a nice horsepower bump and overall have things run a little bit cooler and run better, in my personal opinion, just based off of having previous vehicles on E85. I much rather have my cars on E85 because the E85 station near me actually has literally like E85 gas. Like, it's really good gas. It's safer to run it than 93. So that's exactly why I'm going to be going ahead and putting this car on E85 as soon as I possibly can. Now, I personally believe for the S650 platform, things are going to be different when you are trying to get the car tuned if you plan on going the bolt-on route. I'm talking about headers, cold air intakes, as well as like H-pipe, X-pipe deal. For this platform, I believe there's just going to be package deals, and there isn't going to be like individual pick and choose what you want to do and then get it tuned either on E85 or 93 or some type of fuel mix. I think there's going to be like a dedicated package deal, kind of like how we have to go through a supercharger company to get it tuned for this vehicle currently. Now, let's just say you want to get your car tuned on E85. I believe it's just going to be an E85 or just a 93 octane tune. That's it. Now, let's say you have long tube headers, catless or catted, and you want to get the car tuned on 93. I think there's going to be a package deal for that only. And then obviously the long tube headers for catless as well as catted with E85. And then there might be another package where you can do a cold air intake, long tube headers, and then a 93 or E85 tune. I think that's how the tuning is going to roll out off the rip for the bolt-on platform, right? Not really platform, just the bolt-on route for this vehicle, because in all reality, the way things are looking right now, I think Ford wants to simplify as much as possible with the S650 Mustang. We all know how much money they invested into the Ford Mustang GTD. I have a feeling they're trying to go ahead and simplify, obviously, the GTs, as well as the dark horses, as well as they kind of have everything, you know, streamlined, which, you know, is kind of irritating if that's the route they're going to take. But at the same time, I kind of can understand why they're going to do that, at least off rip, once tuning becomes available. Now, as far as who's going to have access to tuning, currently, from what I have been told, and I'm actually believing this, it is a Ford technician who's tuning all the supercharger kits. So the Whipple kit, the Roush kit, as well as the ProCharger kit are all tuned by a Ford technician. It's not somebody from Whipple, Roush, or ProCharger doing the tuning. That's what I originally thought when the kit started to, first roll out. But then, after going ahead and talking to a lot of people, it is just a Ford technician doing the tuning for everything. Now, obviously, they're not going to give keys to everybody because, again, they want to keep everything uniform. They kind of want to keep everything consistent. So I can understand why they want to have just one person tuning individual kits, and also why they want to have one person tuning, individual, I guess, package deals. So as far as package deals when it comes to, long tube headers, obviously, long tube headers for the most part, they're going to do the same thing. Whether you buy an eBay set of long tube headers or you buy top of the line, $3,500, $4,000 long tube headers, they're more or less going to perform the same. It's just going to be dependent on the fitment. If you don't care, to bang up your headers to get them to fit, you can buy the cheaper headers. But if you do care, obviously you can get the more expensive headers. For the most part, I think it's just going to be just overall long tube headers, catted or catless, and then depending on if you want a 93 octane tune or an E85 tune, and if you want to couple it with a cold air intake that is obviously vetted by Ford, that isn't complete junk. Because right now, there really isn't any cold air intake on the market that I personally would put on my S650 Mustang. The only thing that I would do to technically alter the airflow is to remove the carbon traps, and then obviously go ahead and add a free-flowing exhaust, that being catless long tube headers. That's the only thing I would do right now, because it doesn't make sense for me to buy a cold air intake, because I am planning on adding forced induction to this vehicle, whether that be a supercharger kit or preferably a twin turbo kit. But that's going to be dependent on how long it takes for tuning to come available for the twin turbo applications. Do I think it's going to be a while? Probably, because twin turbos are obviously a lot more advanced than bolting on a Whipple, a Roush, or a ProCharger kit, and I believe it will be more difficult because you're essentially removing the cats for the Ford technician to optimize a tune that can comply with the EPA. So that's why I think for the initial go around, it's going to be package deals as far as what you want to do if you want to stay bolt-on only. Now obviously the bolt-on route with these S650 Mustangs, I think it's going to be quite effective, especially with free-flowing exhaust and better fueling. These cars are definitely no slouches. From my personal experience and just going ahead and driving this vehicle and talking to a lot of other people, I personally like the way that the S650s operate and handle with the MT82 D4 transmission. I don't have any issues when it's in the drag mode, and overall I just like the feel of the S650 GT over the S550 GT. It feels a lot more comfortable, and I feel like I'm more in control, even though this vehicle literally is stock with just an H-pipe. With obviously upgraded suspension, which is obviously going to have to happen, and wheels and tires, I can only imagine that this is going to be a very, very capable platform, especially when you just do basic modifications with a tune on E85. So there's going to be a lot of room for improvement on the table once these tune packages, what I believe is going to be happening, are going to be coming available. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think, man. Do you guys think we're getting tuning by the end of this year, or do you guys think it's going to happen at the beginning of next year? In all reality, I think we're probably going to get it at the beginning of next year. That's just kind of when I think things are going to start rolling out. Now, depending on the timing of everything, and if I have a supercharger kit on hand, obviously I'm going to get the car tuned on E85 with whatever bolt-on package is available, because that's how I believe it's going to roll out. I'm either just going to do the E85 tune with the H-pipe, and I'm obviously going to remove the carbon filters, because I actually have not done that yet. Just really no point. The car, you know, performs good enough with the carbon filters. It's just an unnecessary task right now. But let's just say I decide to wait, and there is no tuning available for a twin turbo kit. Obviously, removing the cats is going to be the next option with long tube headers, and then get a tune with long tube headers, experience that, because I really do want to experience this car with headers and, you know, potentially an E85 tune, and then obviously going ahead and adding a blower, you know, whether it be, you know, Whipple, Roush, or Pro Charger. Whatever is available is honestly what I'm going to get, because all three are going to more or less perform. You know, I don't really have any doubt that one of them will perform less than the other, especially because these cars are already pretty potent, and, you know, I think they do pretty damn well for literally no mods. So whatever is available is what I'm going to go with in all reality, because we waited long enough. And then when tuning is hopefully finally unlocked, because, you know, there's only quality kits available, it should not be difficult whatsoever to sell the Whipple, Roush, the Pro Charger kit to go twin turbo. So I'm definitely not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? No matter which route I go, you know, I can literally sell it and get a twin turbo kit just like that. So I think we're in a good spot. It's just going to be dependent on how long things take and where tuning is at, because I low-key kind of want to experience that headers E combo on this car with the MTD2, just to see how it is, just to see if it's quicker than, let's say, a similar modded, you know, S650 Mustang, or maybe even an S197 Mustang with weight reduction. I'm really curious to see how, you know, these cars perform. I think they're going to be quite potent. If you guys are excited, let me know down in the comment section. And as always, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. Obviously, when tuning is available, you will see a video on the channel ASAP, and we'll get this car tuned on E85 and start ripping it up. So yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.